I could hardly believe my eyes when I saw the papers last Sunday morning. On the first page was the news that a whale was stranded in the shallow waters of the west coast. They even had a picture of the mammal on the front page. I grabbed my binoculars and rushed down to the West Coast Park. I did not want to miss that rare visitor. When I arrived, I realized that I had been preceded by a few thousand people. A fun-fair atmosphere prevailed and everywhere were people with binoculars and cameras. I asked around and was told that the whale was stranded because the water was shallow. Even though the water had risen earlier on when the tide was high, the giant mammal could not find its way out. I learnt also that it was a cow. The Navy, under the instruction of an expert from Australia, who just happened to be in Singapore on holiday, was preparing to guide the animal out to sea when the tide rose again, in about an hour or so. Slowly, I wormed my way into the crowd and soon found myself in the front row. Being small-sized and thin, I am rather adept at getting the front view anywhere. I had a good view of it. I did not know anything about whales, but I could see that it was a frightened creature about the size of 5 SBS buses. I watched attentively as the Navy made the preparations. In an hour the tide was high enough and the Navy chaps had the creature all tied up in a sort of net. It was struggling to free itself. Then suddenly it made a break and made for the open sea. The crowd let out a cheer for our fellow mammal. I followed the creature's path with my binoculars as it headed for the open sea, surfacing now and then to breathe. Everyone gave the Navy chaps a clap. Then the crowd dispersed. I went home exhilarated by the new experience.